Hey guys, how's it going? And today we got a real special video. We got some big news, big announcements to talk about, and yeah, really can't wait to get into it. I'm sure a lot of people are excited just from reading the title of this video, Rocket League being free to play. But yeah, as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Subscribing is the best way to support the channel. Also, you guys can leave a like just to let my videos get expanded to more people. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support, and let's get right into the video. So let me set the scene for you guys, because this is not something that is just out of the blue. This is something that has kind of been anticipated for a while now. Now, about a year ago, or I think around the beginning of May-ish, we got one of the biggest announcements in all of Rocket League history, and that was that Psyonix, the company that made Rocket League, the game that we all know and love, was bought out. And the company that bought them out was Epic Games. And it was like a huge controversial thing, because Epic Games, obviously, a lot of people say that they just ruined Fortnite with all their bad updates, and a lot of people didn't want Epic Games to ruin Rocket League. Now, have Epic Games ruined Rocket League in the last year? I'd say no. I know a lot of people are not a fan of the new shop system that's just like Fortnite's. Obviously, that's Epic Games' influence. However, the gameplay itself of Rocket League at least has stayed the same. You know, the one thing that I am happy about is that they didn't completely ruin the game itself, the gameplay. However, the problem with that is that nothing has happened. Epic Games had bought Rocket League, and it seems that Epic Games completely forgot that they even own the game. Especially recently, a ton of people were talking about, what are Epic Games doing? Why hasn't the game gone free to play yet? Why isn't it on the Epic Games Store? Like they promised us that was going to happen. It's been over a year, and finally, we have some information on what's going on with that whole Epic Games buying Rocket League situation. We were told that it was going to go on the Epic Games Store at the end of last year, and then it never did. It 7 months later, almost 8 months later, here we are. But let's get into this article. Let's read it. I know a lot of people are excited, and I am too. Psyonix were hinting at a huge update the last couple weeks, and a lot of people were skeptical on if it was going to be as big of an update as we all anticipated, and it seems like it's going to be pretty big. Alright, I'm going to put some gameplay on in the background. I'll put up the quotes that I'm reading from so you guys can read along but not get too bored. And yeah, let's get right into it. So, starting off, after nearly 5 years, millions of players, and billions of soccer matches played, it's time to talk about the next chapter of Rocket League. The game wouldn't be where it is today without our dedicated and amazing community. Today, we're excited to announce that we're gearing up to make that community even bigger. Beginning later this summer, Rocket League is going free to play. Now, yes, this is huge for the game. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, there's going to be more Smurfs, which, yes, but let's be honest, Smurfing always exists in the game. It would never go away. Okay, that's honestly not something I'm personally worried about at all. In fact, I'm really happy that it's going free to play, because that means Rocket League will be able to get out to new and bigger audiences. Like, I have friends who have never played Rocket League because they said, they just don't have the money to spend on games, and this is perfect. I mean, Rocket League truly is one of the greatest games ever, I believe, and the fact that it's going free to play, just like some of the other most recent really great games like Fortnite, and we have Apex Legends, CSGO's free to play now, and it's just had a huge spike in all their player bases because of it being free to play. Anybody could download it, just play. Rocket League does not take a good computer to run. I mean, you can run Rocket League on basically any potato computer. It's another great thing about the game, decently well. Rocket League is very well optimized. I will give the developers that. This is really good for the longevity of the game, the people who, kind of are skeptical on trying it, and yeah, I really love it. Next paragraph, what does this mean for Rocket League gameplay you know and love? The core gameplay will remain the same. Thank you. I don't want the gameplay to change. That was everyone's biggest concern about Epic Games buying Rocket League. Nobody wants the gameplay to change. Everyone wants it to be car soccer, the standard field, you hit the ball and go. That is what everyone wants. Don't change anything. And they haven't. But we are refining the main menus to make exploring the game easier. which thank you. Let me just give you guys some examples of in-game how it is right now. Trying to sort through your inventory especially is awful. Just trying to figure out what ranks are your friends. Everything's just labeled a little bit awkwardly. It's not terrible, but it definitely can be improved, and I'm really, really glad that they are. Plus, we're revamping and improving major features like tournaments and challenges, and introducing cross-platform progression. Yes, tournaments are awful. Tournaments have been broken since the day that they came out. The challenges have all sucked. Thank you, Psyonix, for finally commenting on this, for saying you're going to make changes. This is awesome. It's perfect, okay? The tournament system was a very, very good idea when it came out. It just didn't work. Okay, the challenges were good ideas as well. They just, I never liked them. But now it looks like they're revamping the whole thing. Then it goes on to say Rocket League action on the field will still be the same core high-octane hybrid of sports and action you love today, and soon even more players will share that love. That begins with Rocket League's release on its newest platform, the Epic Games Store. Now, this is no surprise. Nobody at all should be surprised that it's going on the Epic Games Store. I mean, they not only did they announce that this was going to happen a year ago, but I mean, now that Epic Games are the owners of Psyonix, of course it's going to go on the Epic Games Store, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I mean, the Epic Games Store actually does have a lot of users. Okay, I think it's completely fine that it's on the Epic Games Store, because I think going free to play is good for the game in the long run. Once Rocket League goes free to play, anyone who already owns Rocket League on any platform, including Steam, will be able to play and enjoy the game with full support for future updates and features. So that means, so it's confirmed, if you don't want to switch to Epic Games, you don't have to. You can stay on Steam. Apparently, it's going to still have full support and features, which is awesome. And I think that's a great move on Psyonix/Epic Games' part. Just completely getting it off of the Steam store would be a very bad move, because there are more I think there are more Steam users than any other gaming platform right now. Like Epic Games, Bethesda, Origins. I think Steam has the most users. And then they also confirmed that the game's going to feature cross-platform play, where anywhere you play, including between Epic Games and Steam, you can still play with your friends. So it doesn't matter which platform you own the game on, whether it's Xbox, PS4, Steam, Epic Games, you can play with your friends. However, the Steam version will no longer be available to download for new players. So it looks like what they're doing is, yes, they're still updating the Steam version. However, it will not be on the Steam store anymore. It will be taken down. Anybody who has it before the update, gets to keep it, gets the full support, full updates, the DLC and stuff. But anybody who wants to download Rocket League after this update, after this summer, well, they're not going to be able to get it off the Steam store. It will have to be the Epic Store, which personally, I don't see the problem with that. I mean, it makes sense. It's Epic Games' game now. They own Rocket League. Of course, it's going to go to the Epic Games Store. Okay, I don't think anybody should be surprised at this. Anyone who has played Rocket League Online before the launch of free-to-play will be rewarded with legacy status. So anybody who's this is like saying you're an OG of the game before it went free-to-play, you get a legacy status, which means all Rocket League branded DLC released before free-to-play. You get an estimated 20-something title that displays the first year that you played Rocket League, which means for someone like me, I'd actually get a 2015 title, because I first opened the game in, I think, late 2015, back in Season 1, which I think is very, very cool that they're giving OG players a title. I love stuff like that. I love when the developers reward the players for playing the game for a long time. That's always a good thing in my opinion. 200 plus common items upgraded to legacy quality. I don't know exactly what that means. 200 plus common items upgraded to legacy quality. I'm sure we'll get more information coming out later. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't know exactly what that means. Golden Cosmos boost, Desi Aura wheels, if I pronounced that correctly, and Huntress player banners, just items that we get for being OGs at the game. In addition, if you've played online before this announcement, you will also receive the Faded Cosmos boost. Legacy rewards will be granted once the free-to-play version launches later this summer. Check out the items in the slideshow below. You may be wondering what will happen to the hard-earned inventory that you've unlocked over the years. Don't worry, it will still be available to you when free-to-play goes live. Plus, we're introducing cross-platform progression with free-to-play. You'll be able to bring items, Rocket Pass progress, and your competitive rank to every platform where you play Rocket League thanks to an Epic Games account. there's a lot more to share about that, so stay tuned in the coming months. Now, this is really cool. So it doesn't matter what platform you on, you still have your account. However, the one thing that I'm concerned about is, what about Steam users? Steam users don't have to use an Epic Games account. Unless it's like when you boot up the Steam version of Rocket League, will you still have to have an Epic Games account? You know, I'm still kind of skeptical on all of that, how it's going to work for Steam users, but you know, they do say that there's a lot more to share about that, so I assume that they're going to elaborate. They said in the coming months on how it's going to affect Steam users, if it'll affect them differently, blah 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 blah. Then they finish off by saying that there's plenty more to share as they get closer to Rocket League's free-to-play launch. And yeah, so now it's time to go over some of the rewards, guys. The golden Cosmo boost. All right, the faded Cosmo boost. Okay, I think that the golden Cosmo boost looks a very cool. You know, the wheels look cool. You know, it's awesome that they're giving a player title. You know, they're giving out a player banner as well, the Huntress player banner. And yeah, that's the whole article. Thank you guys all for tuning in. What do you guys think about the new update? What do you guys think? Rocket League going free to play, tournaments being revamped, cross-platform progression, a bunch of free items for OG players, legacy status. Okay, what do you guys think? Unfortunately, it will be leaving the Steam store. What do you guys think of that? You know, I'm curious as always to know your guys' opinion. And yeah, that is everything I wanted to go over. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.